Would you like to hear a joke, George? To get us started today.
Ooh, yes.
Okay, here we go. What do you call a dog with no legs?
I want to say hop along, but I don't think that's right.
It doesn't really matter what you call it. It's not going to come anyway.
That's so mean.
Welcome to the Positive Anything podcast. My name is Aaron and my pronouns are he or they.
And my name is George. I go by the pronouns he, him. The Positive Anything podcast was set up to combat the negativity of the news today.
So follow us on your favorite podcast site and on social media.
And of course, have a great day.
Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to get us started today with some inspiration, some good vibes, and an inspiring tale of a hero. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
All right, so I want to introduce you to Muddy Mildred. Right?
Who? Sorry? Muddy, as in like mud?
Yeah, Muddy Mildred.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to take you on a journey, okay? This is going back to 2019. So, in 2019, a woman named Mildred Wilson was asked by her son if she wanted to take part in a Tough Mudder run with him. Now, if you don't know what Tough Mudder is, it's basically a course where you run a few miles through obstacles and you have to do like an army crawl through muddy water and all that kind of really fun and not terrifying stuff. You know, but it's pretty intense. It's a pretty intense run. It's like a 5K run. And Mildred was immediately on board. She was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So she started training for it. And she wanted to make sure that she conquered literally like every aspect of the course. And then later that year, with her husband cheering her on, she crossed the finish line.
Nice.
But something I didn't mention is that Mildred was 80 years old when she crossed that finish line.
Wait. When you said that, I immediately had like images of somebody running with a Zimmer frame. Hold up. 5K run through mud and obstacle courses, and she's in her 80s?
She is in her 80s. Now, one of the obstacles is, I think it's called the Everest. And it's like you have to literally climb a vertical wall with rope, I think. And I think that was the only one she couldn't do. I think she had to have people help her for that one. But yeah, she made it to the finish line.
Okay.
Okay.
This is supposed to be positive, and I immediately feel terrible about myself because I am out of breath when I'm chasing my dog across a field. Like, how did she manage that?
Well, it's not over. It's not over yet, okay? Skip forward 2 years to 2021. And Mildred is at it again. So for the second time, she completes the Tough Mudder course. But that
At 82.
time... So she was 81. She was turning 82 that year, but she was 81. And that time, she was actually running the course in memory of her husband, who had passed away shortly before after cheering her over the finish line of her first run. It was a very sweet story, that one.
Oh, that's so cute. Hold up. Is she still going with this?
Well,
is this like a...
Mildred's story is not over there. This year, in 2022, Muddy Mildred, now 83 years old, has completed her third Tough Mudder race.
I love that she's even got like the nickname now.
She's literally the Muddy Mildred. Like, and Tough Mudder on their social media was like constantly posting about them and was like, here's your most anticipated result. Muddy Mildred has completed it again. It was really cute and really sweet.
Oh my God.
So this year she was running to raise money for a fresh water well in a rural African village, which is pretty cool. And on her GoFundMe page, which so far, by the way, has raised just over $2,500, $2,500. Pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She wrote, and this is her quote, "I will get muddy so others can drink clean water." Which, if you imagine an 83-year-old woman saying that to you, it just like... I felt like that's just the sweetest thing ever. I can imagine my gran saying that to me as she handed me like a tea cake biscuit or something.
That's literally made me want to cry.
And
that is so cute.
It is. And here's the final bit of this story. With this year's race under her belt, Muddy Mildred is actually now the oldest person ever to finish the Tough Mudder 5K event.
Oh, and rightfully so. I'm sorry, but she's been leading up to that moment.
The oldest person ever, and it was her third time doing it. She didn't even do it for the first time.
That's insane. insane. Oh, Muddy. Oh, bless her. That's so cute. Oh my God. So, I mean, again, I do feel awful about myself because I'm just out of breath all the time. But like, how does one even, like, that's so hard to even fathom an 80-year-old doing that. Like 5K through mud.
I mean, I'm going to
Oh
send
my
you a
God.
couple of pictures of her. But yeah, she's she's excellent. She's like an absolute unit. And she looks like she's having the time of her life as well, which I think is even better. Like this 83-year-old woman is literally in the prime of her existence doing a Tough Mudder race. Crawling through mud.
Oh my God. I hope she never stops. Oh, bless her. That's so cute.
I mean, I don't think
Imagine
she will.
being, I mean, can you imagine like her son when he like first asked to do this? I mean, he probably did it as like a joke and was like, yeah, mum, come with me. And she's just like, yeah, let's go. Get your bags,
Literally.
Han. We'll go in. And he's just like, you're 80.
Literally. I mean, he had apparently done it before, which was why he asked her to come and do it. But she had to like fully get permission from her doctor and stuff to do this.
Oh
Like
my God.
he had to go and get the all clear so that she could run this event. Which is awesome. I got
Oh
pictures
my
this time.
God, the pictures just come through. That
Yeah.
is so, oh, bless her. Oh, she's so happy. Oh my
She looks
God.
like she's got cotton wool on her head. That's her, like, look at her hair. She's so cute.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Muddy
that is
Mildred
so freaking cute.
is an absolute
Has she, I mean,
inspiration.
did it say how long she did it? Like, are these things timed or like?
They are timed, but I didn't find her time.
I mean, not that she needs to do it in a hurry. I mean, girl, you take your time and have a cup of tea.
It's interesting as well because when her son, who's called Danny, pitched it to her, her response was yes, but if I do it, I want to be able to really do it, not just be out there. So essentially, she didn't want to just kind of, like meander through the course and not really do it properly. She actually wanted to do it, so she started to train to do it, which is crazy.
How do you train to do something like this?
I mean, running 5K would probably be the first. And then
That's crazy.
yeah, and then I imagine like in terms of the obstacles, there's climbing, there's crawling, there's all sorts. There's like I think there's kayaking basically in there as well. They're literally all sorts. So.
Oh, Mildred, you're putting me to shame, love. That's amazing. Just like digressing, how much does a well cost? Like how much does she need?
So she's trying to raise $5,000. So she's raised just over half of that.
What? Oh God, that's amazing. Oh bless her. That'd be like her legacy.
Oh, here you go. Sorry. She trained for the grueling 3-mile race by playing pickleball and walking.
Okay.
What the hell is pickleball?
Pickleball. I don't know. Frantically Googles.
It kind of looks like tennis. Oh my God, it's those little yellow ball things. You know, the ones with little holes in it, and like they look like a little piece of cheese. Basically, that's what they use.
Oh, this woman's a beast.
It looks like
She's so like she's on it.
I don't want to be like mean, but it basically looks like old person tennis. Like every picture I found has an old person in it. So
Oh, dearie me. Oh, I'm so chuffed for her. That is so cute. That's a good story. I like that.
Yeah, I thought that would be a nice inspirational one to get the podcast started.
I'm going to be thinking of Mildred when I'm like walking the dog and I'm going, Christ.
Can't do it, man. Can't make it. Can't make it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, I
shall we
like
move
that.
on to your first story?
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, I
Move
have a
on.
theme for I have an unintentional theme for my stories today. When I was looking, it seemed to be like love was the theme that I was sort of drawn to this week. So, yeah,
Right.
we're talking about love this week. Oh, and I've got a small story about sausages, which is a bit unrelated, but yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So, Aaron, let me ask you, have you ever been in love?
I can safely say I have, yes.
Oh, well, do you know what? So has Abby Bella. I'm laughing because this story, I shouldn't laugh because it's very serious, but it is also in the same breath ridiculous.
Tell me more about Abby.
Just bear with me. Yes, so she's recently made a video. So Abby's Abby's like a small YouTuber. She's a small YouTuber, and she's recently made a video that she's met the man of her dreams. Like she's just found the one.
Mhm.
I mean, I say man. Apparently, she sat by her window, which was open, and she was literally swept off her feet by aliens.
What? Okay, so she was sat on her windowsill and she was swept off her feet.
Yes, like literally swept off her feet and abducted by aliens. 5 of them to be exact. And apparently she wasn't allowed to see them apparently because she wasn't allowed to because she wasn't ready. But one of them, the man of her dreams, she doesn't know his name. She doesn't know what he looks like, but he was speaking to her telepathically. And apparently in their culture or their species, it's very taboo to have like an intergalactic relationship. But yeah, Abby was ready, but she freaked out a bit because she was scared that she wasn't like gonna come back to Earth. So she sort of said no, and after 20 minutes was brought back. But she's now trying to make a movement to normalize interplanetary love. But yeah, she's pining at the moment because her beloved.
What was her name again?
Apparently, they did share like a mutual love, Abby Bella.
All right, I have to look her up. I have to like find out what the heck is happening here. Abby Bella, because like what you've essentially just said here is your positive story is that a woman got abducted by aliens, fell in love but got scared, and now has to live without the man of her dreams.
No, she's trying to start a movement to start interplanetary love because she's obviously in love with this man, and she does wait for him, and apparently is in regular communication telepathically with him.
I'm not quite sure how to respond to this story. Like,
I thought it was cute.
Right.
I thought it was cute. The way I read it, it was like she was sat by her window and then she was like, it was very Romeo Juliet, you know? Only no death.
Well, yeah, I guess it's stories, night's still young and all that, I guess.
Yeah. I thought it was cute. She's now found the man of her dreams and it's an alien.
I mean, like, I gotta give her props for going with it. Like in the like as weird as it sounds, in a society where everything is ridiculed, this kind of thing could very easily be ridiculed. And so I admire her confidence and her bravery to go public with this story. That's pretty cool.
My favorite thing about this whole thing right now is that you're completely grasping at straws to try to comment on this.
I don't know how to comment on a woman has an alien boyfriend who can't be her boyfriend because of intergalactic laws, but she's also conveniently a musician and is probably benefiting quite largely off of this viral story. Like, I'm really trying to spin this in a positive way, but like everything about it screams red flags.
It was a positive story. She found love. I liked it. I read
She
it.
found love that she can't have. How is that positive?
Hey, listen, it's made you smile. I mean, I've got to say, when I read this, I flat out laughed at this story because I was like, yes, it's ridiculous. Do I believe her personally? Absolutely not. But, good for her. Who am I to judge? If she's found love with an extraterrestrial, good for you, honestly. Katy Perry would be quaking right now.
That was a good joke, at least.
She really would.
I guess here's the positive takeaway. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, if you can't find somebody on Earth, there's always the stars. So don't give up hope.
Yeah,
I guess.
well, her whole thing was that apparently, and again, this isn't very positive. It's actually quite negative. But her whole thing was that she, like, all the men in her life weren't particularly great that she was finding, and she did find that there was a perfect man out there for her, just not on Earth. And apparently it's their month anniversary this week.
Okay, you know what? That's where I draw the line. You can't have a month anniversary. An anniversary is a year. You cannot have a month anniversary. I will not have that. No. That's where I draw the line. You've gone too far, Abby. All right, you've gone too far.
I know plenty of people that want to celebrate month anniversaries. I mean, it's normally with fresh relationships. And you know what? You do you, honey. You go and have an excuse to buy diamonds and chocolates, and I completely am on board with this.
Diamonds? Who the hell is buying diamonds for a month anniversary? Like, those people have way too much money.
I don't know what aliens or extraterrestrials give their loved ones on their month anniversary. Some moon rock, maybe? I don't know.
Cheese. Yeah, moon cheese, probably. Yeah. I'm still looking up this. I'm fascinated by Abby now. I'm completely...
So was I. This is why I had to say this story, because when it was like a rabbit hole that I was falling down, and I was like, I know this is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. But she looks so happy. Look how happy she is.
Yeah, all right. She does look very happy. Is that her, though? So that picture I sent you, is that her?
Yes, that's her. That's Abby. And apparently the picture next to it, because, I mean, this is where it was kind of like, okay, small red flag, Abby. She'd actually drawn a picture, because she'd obviously seen, well, she wasn't allowed to see what they looked like because she wasn't ready, but apparently she did draw an image of what she was allowed to see. And it was very much how the human race would describe an alien: large black eyes, very sort of slender, you know, shall we say, like some skinny boys. But yeah, it was very, very similar.
Okay, so I've been looking up the wrong person.
That was Abby. The one that you've just sent me is Abby.
Yeah, but then every other picture. So if you type in Abby as in Abby and then Bella as Bella, there is a completely other person called Abby Bella who is also a musician.
Has she been abducted?
No. But I think she made a song called Alien, which was very strange. Like, that's just a very strange coincidence there.
Okay. Okay, Abby. Well, look, if you found love with your extraterrestrial, I really hope she has, because that would be such a great story. I mean, I'm laughing, but I mean, could you imagine if all of a sudden, like, in a few months, she turns up missing? Like, could you imagine? We're going to feel awful.
Awful.
Meanwhile, she's off with, like, I don't know, Frank in some other universe, living her best life.
You know what? I sincerely doubt his name would be Frank, personally, but maybe I'm just... I don't know, maybe I'm just not big-brained enough to understand the secrets of the galactic world.
Do you believe in aliens, Aaron?
I believe in alien life, because, you know, like, the idea that it's just us in the universe is surely statistically improbable.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you see those, like, UFO sightings, don't you, and stuff online, and it's like, is that real?
Yeah, always in some Texan cornfield where one person lives in a 70-mile radius.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to know, out of all the places on this planet, why aliens are drawing pictures in corn. Surely they would have, like, better things to do. I don't understand why cornfields are the thing that they are drawn to.
I guess it's easier to carve out than concrete. I guess. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Right. Have we digressed enough that we should now come back to the original topics?
Yeah. Abby, I don't know if I believe you, but I'm glad that you found love. And, I don't know, maybe your other Abby will write a song about it.
Yeah. Good job, Abby. Best of luck to you guys, and I hope that he treats you well. You know. That's all I have to say about that story, I think. I think I'm done now. Moving on.
Oh my God.
All right, then. So, I'm going to bring you back down to Earth for this next story, okay? I'm going to bring you right back down to the planet. I'm going to keep your feet on the ground. So here we go. In fact, we're actually going into the ocean for this next story.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll take a wild guess, and I'll say that you've heard about 3D printing.
Yes.
How much do you know about it?
I know that you can make cute tiny Pikachus out of them.
All right, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's very true. So a bit of background on how 3D printing works. To put it simply, right? 3D printing is the process of creating a digital model on the computer, and then you turn that into a physical 3D object by laying down multiple thin layers of a material, which is usually some sort of plastic, from what I understand. And yeah, you can make Pikachus. That's one thing you can make. Multiple sources have actually quoted 3D printing as being an advancement for the human race that's actually more important than the internet. That was my ding dong. Did you hear that? That was my door. Give me 1 second. I need to go and answer my door. Oh no, memento.
Oh God, it was bound to happen one day.
You're not going to believe this, George.
Was it Frank?
I deadass just got knocked or run on me.
Hold on, what?
So there's no one there. Okay, well that was a brief interruption.
That was such a 90s thing to do. I'm not, like, what? Do people still do this?
It's also the middle of a day on a Friday. Like, kids are in school. Who the hell did that to me?
Oh, dearie me. That's
anyway, getting back to the story. So, like I was saying, multiple sources when it comes to 3D printing have actually quoted it as being a bigger advancement for the human race than the internet. Potentially larger impact than the internet, which is pretty crazy. But I've actually I've found a study that may back it up. Okay, so bit of background. Going into the ocean, motion of the ocean, all that. Currently, I don't know why you're laughing at. Currently, the planet's coral reefs are currently going through it a bit. Okay, so 75% of the coral reefs on the planet are currently being threatened. And this is by a combination of dangers, the most prominent ones being climate change and pollution, but also like fishing and overfishing and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, when it comes to trying to artificially recreate these coral reefs, the problem has always been replicating the complexity of these habitats. Because, nature is pretty crazy, and trying to recreate what it produces is always a bit of a hard time.
Yeah.
But the solution to this has recently been found by a group of researchers from 4 of Israel's leading universities. And that solution is 3D printing.
Okay.
So just to explain a bit about how it works, because it gets a bit technical at times, and to be honest, I don't fully understand half of it. The basic process is that the researchers scanned thousands of underwater photographs of coral reefs. And that then allowed them to build a digital 3D model with as much accuracy as possible. The model is then printed using a unique ceramic material that is porous underwater. And voila, a solution to the marine ecosystem. It's like, it sounds so simple, and like you would think somebody had already come up with it, but it's only just been started as a solution.
Right. So like the what you're saying is that the solution to our coral reefs dying because of plastic is to add more printed plastic.
Yes. Literally. Yes. Humans took the problem and they went, yeah, but what if we made that the solution?
Let's just add more. We'll just keep adding more. It'll get better eventually.
To be fair, I don't think it's plastic that they're using to build. Ceramic is like, it's like pots and it's like plates, isn't it? Ceramic, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically because well, go on.
Is this been tested in the water? Like,
so they're currently being installed in the Gulf of, I think it's pronounced Eilat. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I think it is. And then the researchers are going to be using the results of that installation to then hopefully apply their solution to other reef ecosystems around the world.
that's crazy. Wait, so hold on. Do they print this in the ocean, or are they printing it outside and installing it in the ocean?
That one. Yeah, I don't think they're putting the big 3D machine in the ocean.
So, okay, I'm just going to need to backtrack because I'm a very visionary person here.
Okay.
So they're printing essentially coral, or the rocks that the corals sit on.
I think it's the rocks that the corals sit on. It's the reefs, basically. So
Right.
it's producing the habitat for the coral.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. So literally, they use like really sophisticated 3D modeling, and then print it off essentially, and then they just put it in the water, and it's so weird how simple it sounds. You know, it sounds like way too simple.
I've heard that you can like 3D print in different materials. Like I once saw a Facebook thing, and some person had 3D printed a house out of cement.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't sure if they were using like the materials that the reef uses. I wasn't sure,
No,
but no, if it's ceramic, then that's crazy.
yeah, I think it's some sort of unique ceramic. So basically, the ceramic has been chosen because it's porous underwater, or porous, or however you say that word, and then it also mimics the like the real habitat for the organisms quite well, essentially.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so incredible to me, and it still blows me away how like people just like there's a problem, and then somebody comes up with such a simple solution that was staring us right in the face the whole time. Like that just blows me away. That because like coral reefs going like extinct and that have always been a problem. Like they've always been reducing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now they found a solution, which is basically just to make a fake one. Like that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I mean, I feel like that's a lot of the solutions we're finding to problems nowadays is just to make it artificial. You know, like if someone has a heart problem, I will just make an artificial heart.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
someone you lost an arm. Oh, well, that sucks. Here's a bionic one. There you go.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Do you know, I feel like I'm digressing now, but when I was like looking up stories this week, I did actually come across something, and there was a university, and I don't know I don't know too much about this, but there's a university somewhere in the world that have just 3D printed in 3 days a boat.
Wow.
Like a fully functioning boat.
Wow.
Like, and it could hold loads of people. It's this boat. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
That is, yeah. I mean, like, just think of the possibilities of what we'd be able to do by just printing it.
I did have to think though. I mean, the boat did make me laugh because it was sort of like it's made of plastic. It just reminded me of like, you know, when you get like Action Men when you're like a kid and they had like a boat. It just kind of reminded me of that. There was like real life Action Men now in their boats.
I did see a story about 3D printing. This is again a little bit of a digression, but it's still on the topic of 3D printing, and it was basically on TikTok. And there's this old man who has an account on TikTok, and his whole thing seems to be just experiencing new things, just experiencing the world in a way that he hasn't experienced it before. And he's like 70, 80 years old, and
I love that.
yeah, he was taken to. I don't know who the guy was, but a guy basically had a 3D printer. So this old man was taken to meet this guy, and he watched the 3D printing happen, and he was just so fascinated by it, and he was like blown away. And the guy was printing like a little duck, I think, like a little duck figure. And he gave the duck figure to the old man, and the old man genuinely was like crying and was over the moon with this little 3D printed duck that he'd received, and he was just in, and like. The video ended with him in the car on the way back home, just looking at this duck, and it was so cute. It was like the cutest thing ever. It was really sweet.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that age and like people start doing crazy stuff like that, and my mind is just as blown. Because I feel like when we hear about 3D printing, it's like, yeah, that's really cool, but like it's like I think because we've grown up with it, haven't we? So we kind of know it's there. Essentially, we don't really know much about it, but we know it's there. So. For someone like in their 80s to be completely blown away, I mean that must be the best feeling ever, watching something like that happen.
I mean, yeah, but like I'm 25, and sometimes I see the stuff technology can do, and I'm like, that's actually bonkers. Like, have you seen the Unreal Engine 5 footage recently?
No, hold on. What's this? Sorry, hang on.
So the Unreal Engine 5 it's basically like a game building software. It's what like Unreal Engine is what a lot of games are built on. And this new engine that they've created, I think it's the 5th one, genuinely just looks like real life. Like they made one of like, I think it was like a Japanese train station. And it just looks like somebody had gone to a Japanese train station and took a video. It was literally indistinguishable.
Oh, you need to stop because I'm about to fall down a rabbit hole and go on about this whole conspiracy theory that we're living in a simulation, and I don't want to go there, Aaron.
Oh, no, we're not getting into the Matrix just yet, lad. Maybe a future episode, eh?
Oh my god. Oh, bless them. Oh, that's really cool. I'm so glad. To be honest, always like a dream of mine has always been to like go to like the Maldives and that, but it's sad because their coral reefs and things are sort of receding, aren't they? So I hope they can fix them. Then I can go there in like 10 years or 20 years or however long it takes me to save up that money to go.
Well,
Go and see the fishes. Oh, I love that.
Coral reefs are actually really important. I didn't actually realize how important they were. But they actually have...
Fair, I don't know much about them, to be honest, other than they're pretty.
Well, yeah. So they're obviously a home for fish. So they like increase the organism population of the oceans. They also act as like a barrier on coasts. So like when strong waves come in, coral reefs actually slow them down and protect the shores.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they also are what is responsible for producing the sandy beaches that we have.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So coral reefs are actually super, super important to the world. And they're just being bloody damaged.
I'm going to sound really dumb. What would we have if there wasn't any sand? Would it just be rock?
Yeah, like rock or mud, I guess. I don't know.
That's crazy. Oh, well, they can just now 3D print them, apparently. So,
yep.
Sand for days.
Well, they can 3D print the habitat. I don't think they can 3D print like genuine organisms.
Well, you say that, but we don't know what's going to happen in like 20 years. They might be able to.
Give it 5 years, and we'll be there. We'll be producing humans. Just
oh my god!
No one needs to
falling down a rabbit hole.
Shall we leave it there and move on?
Yes. Okay. Yes, we shall. Okay, well, my next story is more positive than my first. Thank you very much, Aaron. There's a woman, and she's in America, and bless her socks, her name is Deborah Hodges. I'm going to call her Debbie, though, because I feel like I've read a lot about her, and I'm on that level with her. So... our gorgeous Debbie here, she's looking for a rental property, but apparently landlords these days are an absolute nightmare. And our gorgeous Debbie, she's big on cats. She loves her cats so much. And apparently landlords don't like people having pets. So sorry, I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. But she's taken a cat who's 5 years old. Her name's Indy, and she got married. She got married to her cat, so that apparently she obviously doesn't necessarily have a pet anymore, but a husband or wife. And apparently, she had a lovely day. She had a civil ceremony. She wore a tuxedo. Apparently, Indy meowed her vows to her. And it was done in front of all of her friends and families in East London. And, it wasn't America. Sorry, it was London. It was London, not America. I tell a lie. It was London. But she's, she's got a cat wife, husband, whatever gender it is. And now she's not having to get rid of Indy when she moves.
I mean, I don't even know. I had to respond to these stories today. You had somebody falling in love with an alien. You got somebody falling in love with a cat. Like, oh my god.
Well, she's already in love with the cat. She already loves. Well, I don't think she's in love. I think she just loves her cat so much that she didn't want to get rid of the cat. So she's got married and really sort of like secured it. So she never has to leave Indy. Which I thought was quite cute. Very unique. But,
all right, yeah. I mean, this woman is...
I thought it was cute.
The woman's an absolute hero for just destroying her landlord like that. Like, genuinely, the landlord can just get in the bin.
I was curious if it would actually work. I mean, she's got the marriage license. So it's not like a landlord's going to turn around and be like, You can't keep your wife. But yeah.
I genuinely don't know. I don't think. I mean, it kind of calls into laws about like why can a human marry an animal? I feel like that should have really been put down in some sort of law at some point. But
Well,
I guess not.
have you heard the people that get married to like buildings and stuff? There was a woman recently that got married to the Eiffel Tower.
I'm pretty sure the Eiffel Tower can't give their vows. Just I mean, we were pushing with the meows. Yeah.
This is my other thing, because obviously, like, I mean, listen, I'm not disputing you, Debbie, but like, the cat hasn't really had any say in this, really. Like, you can't just force someone. This is why I don't understand how it's legal, because you can't force someone to get married to you.
Consent is important. Yeah, this story flies well in the face of consent in every way.
But I was thrilled for Debbie, because now she don't have to get rid of her cat, and she can go find a rental property quite happily. And
I'm not thrilled for the cat though. Like, look at this picture. This picture of the cat looks like they are plotting their escape. They do not want to be there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the cat does look terrified, to be honest. But that might just be because it's in an unusual setting, maybe.
I feel like you're the one grasping at straws now, trying to make this cat look like they're not absolutely in a position they do not want to be in right now. Does it have a ring? Does the cat have a ring? Hold up. Like,
yes,
they put a little ring?
Does.
Right, she didn't even put a ring on it. That's just outrageous.
Well, no, apparently the cat had some kind of golded gilding on it, I read somewhere. I was trying to look. I don't know if it was a collar maybe that she had on it, but there was some. It was dressed in gold at some point of the whole affair. But,
I just.
Yeah. I mean, she looks happy though. I mean, she's thrilled.
Of course she is. She gets to keep her house and she's married a frigging cat. The cat doesn't look very happy about it,
I would like to know how you would bring that up. Like, say, for example, Debbie goes out tomorrow and she bumps into Mr. Right. How are you going to explain that? Oh, by the way, I'm married to my cat.
Oh, my days. I just, like...
Yeah.
I think I want to know what her kids thought of this, because she's a mum of 2.
She is, yes. Well, they now have a
They now have a cat, Dad. Yeah, they're...
Oh, my God.
Like, the cat's going to walk into the room one time, meow, and the kids are going to be like, hey, shut up. And the mom's going to be like, don't talk to your father like that. How dare you? Have some respect for your new stepdad.
Oh, if she has any sense of humor, she absolutely will do that. Like, I don't think she married... I don't think she's married the cat because she's, like, in love with the cat. I think she's married the cat so she doesn't have to give it up. Which I thought was an interesting way of getting around it.
All right, to be fair, I can kind of understand more where she's coming from, because she's actually had to give up pets before. So
yes, so I think she had another cat in the past, and she was absolutely heartbroken about it.
Yeah, and she also had to give up 2 huskies.
Oh, did she? Oh, I didn't see that, but yeah, I did read that she had to give another cat up before, so now she's really sealed the deal there with it and gone no.
So she lost 3 pets, and then just married the.
Oh my God, when you see it like that, it sounds like all her past relationships. Like, yeah, she's had, 3 in the past and then married the 4th.
All right, so people listening / watching, if you take nothing else away from this episode, take this. If you can't find the perfect one, you always have aliens or cats. Yep.
Yes.
Pretty good.
That's a positive intake. I like that. Yes.
I mean, she kind of takes crazy cat lady to like the next level,
It really does. And it kind of ruins the phrase plenty of fish in the sea, because
the cat's going to the cat's going to eat the fish. There you go. I've just realized I'm wearing an alien jumper. My hoodie has an alien on it.
Oh my God.
This is for people watching. This is Abby's new husband. Say hello. There you go.
Well, he's already knocked on your door today.
Man, that was Frank being like, hey, don't you speak badly of our love.
Oh, dearie me.
I gotta say, George, these are not the stories I expected you to come to this podcast with. I was expecting something completely different. But
I just want to keep you guessing.
it was an experience. Yep, it was. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's made you smile. It started your week right with a smile.
Well, that is the point of positive anything, I guess. So we succeeded. Yeah, you know what? You've took me by surprise with the stories, and today, George, I gotta give you that. It's been a ride, and you said that you had a positive short, right?
I do have a positive short. I do, and I feel like I'm gonna have to put like a positive spin on this one because it is a positive. It is a positive, but I fell down a rabbit hole today, and I read a story about sausages in Germany. So apparently, and this is positive before you come with my wig, Aaron. Apparently, there's a boom happening at the moment in Germany because they are now introducing outside small like convenience shops. They've introduced vending machines that just sell sausages, and some of them will have milk and potato salad. And apparently it was to accommodate the amount of people that live in Germany that work out of hours, like unusual hours. Mm-hmm. So the shops that weren't open, they could still go to these places and go and grab themselves like a sausage and some potato salad and their milk for their cup of coffee or tea in the evening. Which I thought was really cute. I just had like visions of walking past the shop and there's like vending machines selling like bratwurst and Frankfurt.
Why would you serve milk with it?
I don't know. I guess it's like, I don't really understand. I don't really know what you're going to do with milk and sausages, but I just assumed it was for their cup of tea. But I kind of fell down a rabbit hole then because then I was sort of looking at really weird vending machines. Did you know that there is a vending machine in Japan, which it sounds awful, but just the thought of it just sounds ridiculous. There is a vending machine where it's like, you know those like claw machines, like the grabber machines?
Mm-hmm.
That for lobsters and crabs.
Like live?
Like live lobsters. Yeah, it's like an aquarium and then you got this like claw thing that you just, I guess, got a lobster for dinner.
Oh, you eat them, all right. It's just like that's how you get
pets.
Yeah,
you don't keep them as pets.
And I was like, I was picturing another vending machine next to it that had puppies in it that you had to friggin' claw grab out, like Toy Story.
No, we're just circling back to Debbie. She's gonna marry one. No, it's a grabber machine for crabs and lobsters. There's also one for caviar, one for lettuce, and there's a pizza one where you put the money in and it makes a pizza for you right in front of you.
I've seen those. I've seen ones as well that do like ramen. They're like ramen vending machines. There's a lot of really cool stuff. To be fair, majoritively I think in like Eastern countries. I think a lot of Eastern countries like Japan and China have those kind of things, which is really cool. I've always wanted to go. So
that sounds so fun. I could spend all my money just on vending machines.
Yeah, I literally would as well. No, I'm not getting into it because I would. 100%.
But yeah, now Germany has a way to feed their out of hours people. They just go and grab a sausage and some potato salad and have some milk for their tea.
All right, well, good for the Germans, eh?
You're doing great, Germany.
All right, shall we end our first episode there then?
We shall. Yes.
All right. Have you enjoyed today, George? Have you come away with a smile?
I have. I feel like you haven't.
I've definitely. I mean, probably a different smile to what you've come away with, but I still smile.
I feel like you've come away completely overwhelmed and perplexed, and now you're thinking, "Oh my god, what have I let myself in for?"
I think I'm just, I'm kind of waiting for the day that the alien Mrs. Right or Mr. Right sweeps me off my feet. Like, when's my day of love? You know, when do I get my turn?
Oh my gosh. Maybe we can put a thing out for you. We could, you know. If you're listening, alien.
Put it on Gumtree, Craigslist. Like, where do you find that?
I don't know. I don't know how you contact them. Ask NASA.
All right, and on that note, we're gonna be saying goodbye. We're gonna be back next week on Monday at 12 p.m. again with a new episode. So make sure you follow us on your favorite podcast site. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and all of our social medias. And yeah, we hope you've enjoyed today. Yeah, I didn't have a takeaway from the stories today, to be honest. I think like
I love it. I mean, listen, we've got love stories. We've got Muddy Mildred. You know, follow your dreams. You know, go away and no matter how old you are, you can do it. And no matter how young you are, you could still be abducted.
Bye, everyone.